When you ask an AI a complex question and it confidently feeds you fabricated information, it costs you time, money, and trust. The reliability of your workflow shatters into a mess of digital noise. We are going to build a professional-grade prompt from scratch. This process establishes a strict framework that forces the AI to prioritize provided data, reducing the likelihood of errors while keeping your computing costs low. Step 1 is moving out of the standard chat window. Open your preferred AI developer playground. This interface gives us access to the back-end parameters we need to control the model's behavior. Adjusting these back-end parameters reduces the inherent randomness of the model. Instead of relying on the defaults of a general chat interface, you are narrowing the AI's focus and setting the specific boundaries it must follow. Look at your playground interface and locate the main text input box. This is where we will build the foundation of our prompt. To write efficient instructions, we have to understand how the system reads our input. An AI does not process plain English. It breaks down your sentences into smaller pieces called tokens. A single token can be a word, a chunk of characters, or a piece of punctuation. This chart shows the direct relationship between those tokens and your computing bill. Every additional word and character you feed into the model directly scales up the monetary cost of the transaction. The total amount of tokens the AI can hold in its memory during a single session is called the context window. Depending on the specific model you select, this limit might be 8,000 tokens, or it could stretch up to 128,000. Check the token counter interface at the bottom of your screen. When you paste in large documents or write lengthy instructions, monitor that counter to ensure you stay well under your selected limit. Trimming the excess from your prompt keeps the system running fast. It ensures you stay within technical memory caps and keeps your daily AI usage financially viable. With our text optimized, move over to the Settings panel and find the slider labeled Temperature. Temperature is the control mechanism for the AI's creativity. It dictates how much randomness the model is allowed to inject into its response. If you slide the temperature down to 0.1, the output becomes much more consistent. You use this low setting for tasks requiring factual data, analytics, or writing code. Moving the slider up to 0.5 gives you a balanced output suitable for drafting general emails. Pushing it all the way to 1.0 increases the variance for tasks like brainstorming or creative storytelling. This split-screen mockup illustrates why this setting matters. On the right, leaving the slider at a default of 1.0 when requesting data results in erratic, stylized text. On the left, a setting of 0.1 delivers a sterile, precise bulleted list. High temperatures on factual tasks increase the chance of the AI inventing details. Manually setting the temperature aligns the AI's processing behavior with the specific operational goal you are trying to achieve. With the parameters dialed in, we need to build physical barriers into the prompt itself. We do this by adding explicit constraint clauses at the very end of our instructions. The first constraint is providing isolated context. Paste the exact source text you want the AI to analyze directly into the prompt. Next, type an explicit instruction telling the model to output the exact phrase "I don't know" if the requested answer cannot be found in that provided text. For the third constraint, explicitly type the command instructing the AI to think step by step before delivering its final answer. This step-by-step command forces the model to show its work. It visibly separates the reasoning process from the final answer, allowing you to trace exactly how the system evaluated the data. By forcing the AI to rely only on provided text, giving it permission to admit ignorance, and requiring visible logic, you create the structural barriers needed to block the fabrication of information. The guardrails are in place. Hit execute and run your completed prompt. This layout shows our final configuration working together. The low token count keeps the transaction cost-effective. The 0.1 temperature keeps the logic focused, and the text guardrails provide the specific context needed to minimize the risk of fabrication. Save this specific configuration. You now have a reusable template for future tasks where accuracy and source adherence are required. As your needs grow, you can scale this exact logic across massive datasets using retrieval-augmented generation or RAG systems. RAG simply retrieves relevant data from large databases and automatically feeds it into this exact prompt structure. Prompt engineering is about shifting from casual questions to structured system design. By configuring these constraints and parameters, you're building a framework designed for high-precision, repeatable results.